Yo, did you catch this flashback?
Look at Miss Al. Al.
How you doing?
How you doing? Look at this picture. He's Star.
Wake up.
Wake up. Wake up. Shut up. Look at Miss Honey. Look at Miss Honey right here at the table. Look at Miss Honey at the table. You got to look at these pictures. Go to star@al.com or whatever this website is.
That's the most
Hello?
Miss Al is cleaning out on this website. I'm sorry. Just sit right here.
Miss a day, miss a whole lot. Coming through your speakers, boy. It's Wendy, man.
Do Star and Al still have that website set up? Does this machine work right here? Can you guys find out if Star and Al, one of the interns, everybody's here today, find out if Star and Al still have their website up? You don't have to do it right now. Okay. At some point or another. And just tell me what all they got doing on that Star and Al ReynoldsJones.com. All right, everybody. Welcome to Advice Hour. Shout out to Carlos Watson, friend to the show, who's got his show on CNN. And shout out to Darlene Guilford. Thank you guys for sending me my Godiva chocolates. I love them. Now, I've got some advice from the fax machines and then some advice from the phone. So I'll just read this. Dear Wendy, I'm asking you for advice. My husband's birthday is coming up in May. I'm not the party type. However, I would like to plan something special because we've been married for 7 years and he's always planning something special for me. Wendy, I would appreciate an idea from you. Here's an idea. Do you feel like flying to Miami for the weekend and staying at the Mandarin Oriental or the Doral Spa? Even if it's just one night, it'll be the whole whirlwind. It'll be glamorous, fly at midnight or whatever time the plane lands, or, just a simple little sarong in your bag, no checking luggage, just fly overnight. Then you get it, spa treatments by day, and you go to a club at night. And because nobody knows you down there, you get good and brown juiced up, whatever your choice is, Hennessy, drink something brown because that'll hit you right here. It'll give you the courage to go up to the first pretty girl you see in the club with no sores on her mouth and kiss her right in front of your husband. I didn't say take her home. I said kiss her. Let him know. Oh. Wow. That's all. I didn't say leave. You know what I mean? Just kiss a girl. That's all. Hello?
Hi, Wendy.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you? It's Advice Hour.
Yeah, this is the second time I actually got through. Okay, listen. I'm at a toss-up between, like, 3 guys, right? Okay. One, he's really nice, but he's not that aggressive. The other one, he's kind of lame, still living at home with his mama, but he give me good love. The third one, he's got money, but he's a real asshole. But I never gave him any, so he really respects me. So whenever we kind of hang up, whenever he comes in town, it's kind of, everything is good. We'll go out to eat, hang out.
So he doesn't live here?
Huh?
He doesn't live here?
No, he travels around the country. He plays basketball.
I was going to say he's a ball player.
Yeah. So what happened was...
Why do you have to settle with any of them? I mean, why can't you just date around? It kills me how women just don't understand. Men do it all the time. Why can't you balance all 3 of them without any of them knowing? And wear your protection and make sure they use their condom and have a good time.
I mean, it sounds good.
How old are you?
I'm 23. I'll be graduating from South Carolina State in 2 more weeks.
All right. Well, concentrate on your future. You don't need a boyfriend. Date all the men you want.
I know that's right.
Trust me, sister. When it's over, it's really over.
Really over?
Yeah. Do you want to get married one day?
I mean, one day.
Yeah.
Not soon.
Exactly. Enjoy yourself so you got great stories to think about once you got the ball and chain. Thank you for calling. Hello?
Yes, Miss Wendy.
Yes, hi.
Hi. Let me say that I've grown to love your show.
Okay. You were a hater at first?
Yeah, I used to think you were just rude, but, some people can't handle the truth.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, I'm about 30 years old,
mm-hmm.
and I have 3 children.
Mm-hmm.
And the father of my children has been out of the home for about 4 years.
Okay.
And I found out that he spent the last 3 years incarcerated, and he still has about 12 more to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, recently I've met someone, and he's great with us. He loves us a lot, and he does everything he can, but he asked to marry me, and I failed to tell him that I was already married. And so behind his back, I was trying to get a divorce from my husband. But I'm running into a lot of financial problems.
Okay.
And I'm sure that he's willing to help me with it. It's just, facing the truth and letting him know that I've been married and that.
Listen, you have 3 kids. There is absolutely nothing wrong with you. If I was the guy, I would say, wow, why didn't you tell me sooner? I wouldn't think of you as an outright liar. I would think of it as something where, you were married and you didn't expect somebody to come along and love you and the 3 kids and be so wonderful. And you can tell this guy he's just so wonderful. You never in a million years expected it. So you never actively pursued a divorce. No, you don't want to be with your jailbird husband, but
Right.
you just never thought a kind of knight in shining armor would come along.
But,
And make sure you throw in some tears for dramatic effect. And I wish you well. You are a lucky, lucky woman. Thank you for calling. Hello?
Hi.
Hi, it's Advice Hour.
Hi. I need some advice.
Okay.
I have a domestic partner, and her and I are having problems right now. She won't cook for me or anything anymore. And we've been married, without papers and stuff, for about 5 years. So now I want her to get out of the house because she don't want to do anything for me anymore. As far as even relations or anything like that.
Okay. Well, what do you do in the relationship? I mean, what?
I work hard. I do a lot of overtime at my job. I'm always at work.
How long have you been married?
We've been married about, I say 5 years.
And how long had you known each other prior to?
About 3.
Okay, so
we were like really good friends.
Okay. Are there any?
I still love her, and everything, but she's not doing her part anymore.
Yeah. How long has this been going on?
This has been going on since around July of last year.
Oh, girl, please. You need to sit her down and have a real serious talk, and you need to throw the divorce word around a couple times.
Well, we did, and finally she started packing up her stuff last month, but she's taking like all the expensive things that I brought in the household, and I bought a $5,000 wedding band for us, and she wants to take that. She called me up all morning today at work about 6 times already. Want money, and she's been harassing me to put money in her account and stuff, but we're not together like that anymore.
Well, but you're still living under the same roof, so until...
I'm trying to get out of my house.
Okay. So what's your question to me?
My question is, how do I go about, getting her out of there?
Well, as the attorney said who visited the show the other day, depending on where you live, she might be just as much a part of that house as you, even though she's not on the paperwork. So what you need to do is call an attorney in your area, because you got to find out what the laws are where you live.
Maybe I have better relationships with a man, right?
Well, no, because that wouldn't be true to yourself.
Well, you never know. I used to be in a relationship with men, and then I had bad instances, so that's what made me terrible.
But being a lesbian is who you truly are, right?
I guess. I've been this way for about 10 years.
Oh, please. You're asking too many questions all in one. How do you get her out of the house? I would consult an attorney.
Okay.
Because you don't want it to turn ugly.
Okay.
Okay. Take care.
Take care.
And by the way,
yes.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Good.
All right, honey. You take care. I love yourself.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'll take another one. She called me honey. I heard her. Hi. Hello?
Hello, honey?
Yes, and it's Advice Hour.
Okay, yeah, I got a problem.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Wendy.
Go ahead.
Oh, man. Well, I've been dating this dude for like 3 years, right? You know what I'm saying? But the problem is that he keep on getting like...
I'm turned off already. He keeps doing what?
He keeps on getting locked up.
Okay, then why do you keep going back for more? Okay, that's the question that I proposed to you. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Hello?
Wendy?
Yes?
Hi.
You said
Hello?
my name like my mother says it. I got frightened for a moment.
No, I was tired of calling.
Well, how are you?
Good. I need advice.
Okay.
I'm dealing with this half scrub, and I'm not fully sure if he's a scrub or not.
Uh-huh.
All right, we were dating for about 7 months, and all of a sudden we had an argument for about maybe 3 weeks or so, but out of the 7 months, everything was fine. So we pieced up our little beef that we had, and then I got a text from him maybe about four days ago. Like, forget me, forget my number, don't call me anymore, and that's it. And now all of a sudden he's acting like everything's fine. So I'm a little confused as to whether or not I should just forgive him and act like everything's fine, or just continue to be and leave him alone.
Well, here's the thing. You've only been together for 7 months. As far as I'm concerned, if you find, such gross complaining going on in 7 months, to me, it's worth leaving. Now, nobody comes without flaws. Or is this something that you can deal with and continue with the relationship? Because I don't know you or him to know enough. I just know 7 months is the perfect time to decide, dump him or not. And spring is here, and everybody's starting to look better. You just might want to be a free bird for spring.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right, everybody. So with the weather being nicer, people are out more. Women are dressing, well, with less clothes. And a group of rapists and date rapists in prison were interviewed recently on what they look for in potential victims. So there are 16 things that I have here from that interview. So I'm going to start telling you a few of them, and then we'll continue through the next break where I'll share the rest of them, plus sexual harassment from a supervisor at work, although she's flattered. So is that really harassment? All right, about the rapist. The first thing that men look for in a potential victim is the hairstyle. It says they're most likely to go after women with a ponytail, a bun, or a braid, a hairstyle that they can easily grab. They also are likely to go after a woman with long hair. Women with short hair are not common targets. The second thing is men look for clothing. They say that they'll look for clothing, a woman who's wearing clothes that is easy to remove, something that they can use their hands and rip or perhaps cut. So tight jeans are a rapist's worst nightmare, I would imagine. So stay tight and yeasty. Ew. Number 3, they also look for women on their cell phones or searching through their purses or doing activities while they're walking where they're not looking at what the hell is going on around them. Pay attention. Number 4, rapists look for the time of day that they say the men are more likely to attack a woman in the early morning between 5 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. White women running in the park at 5 a.m., you know better. We don't run in the park that time of morning. However, that doesn't necessarily mean we're not out doing other things. People in general, women in general, just remember 5 a.m. to 8:30 a.m., they say that's when more likely to attack. Number 5, the number 1 place women are abducted or attacked is the grocery store parking lot. Number 2 is the office parking lot or the garages, and the number 3 place is a public restroom. Oh gosh. Oh, isn't that terrible? Crap. These are all places that we can't avoid. Number 6. What is that, 1 minute? Okay, let me bust off 2 more and then we can go into a break and I'll finish the rest in the next break. The thing about these men is that they're looking to grab a woman and quickly move her to a second location where they don't have to worry about getting caught. So just keep that in mind. It won't necessarily go down there, but they're looking to grab you and take you someplace else. They also say only 2% of the rapists carry weapons because, and check this out because I didn't know this, carrying a weapon is a 15 to 20 year stretch, whereas just the rape is a 3 to 5 year. But if they find that you have a box cutter, a gun, a knife, then that's a 15 to 20 year. So only 2%, they said, of rapists, loosely, carry a weapon. How many more minutes do I have?
20 seconds.
20 seconds? Okay, I'm going to continue the answers from interviewing a rapist, plus talk about sexual harassment at the job and whatever else we can fit in as Advice Hour continues.
Now, my question is about the Kegel. Why is it every time I try to do them, I have an orgasm? Is that normal?
I don't know, but it must be pleasurable. The Wendy Williams Experience.
No sleeping. I'm running.
Yo, did you catch this flashback?
Darius McCrae is calling up. Now, you know him. He thinks he's calling just to promote his new NBC drama Committed. Now, you remember Darius. He was on Family Matters. He played Eddie Winslow. So I'm sure you can think of at least one other thing to ask him about other than, so how is Everett committed now? Namely, that porn star co-star of his. And how about that little beatdown that we heard that he got served by way of Cockroach because Cockroach couldn't borrow money because Eddie wouldn't let him to take care of Bobby Brown's kids. Oh, shut up.
Got it. This is it right here. Miss a day, miss a whole lot. Do you speak his voice?
Oh, my
It's
gosh.
Wendy, man.
That whole situation with Cockroach taking it, very Negro. Well, everybody, it's National Water Day. Do your best to conserve water if you can. Also, coming up on the Hour of Truth, we're going to do the Pat O'Brien expose. We'll talk about Will Smith, who's saying in some new lyrics that I have that he's going to buy my radio station and send me home. He's coming at me. We'll talk about Mariah Carey and that sex life of hers. And Usher's got a new venture, and you should all know about it. So keep it here because the Hour of Truth is coming up. Plus, we've got our special freakalicious guest coming in, Joy. Dear Wendy, but it is still advice hour. And dear Wendy, my supervisor at my job has made several sexual advances to me. And as a man, I'm flattered. I am sexually attracted to her, but I don't want to jeopardize my new job. I've only been here for 2 months, and I heard the stories about the last guy who turned her down. I replaced him. What should I do? I'm doing my own sound effects. What should you do? Well, short of going along with it, which is not a good thing, she'll get bored, and that's that. You want to file a sexual harassment and really be the new guy most hated at the job? You want to politely turn her down, or do you just want to look for a new job? Do you want to set her up and do you want to set her up? Well, then you need to start collecting your evidence. You need to lead her right into the trap that apparently she's setting up for herself. So you need to lead her into the trap. Maybe her bosses know that this is her MO. Maybe she does her job so well that they don't care. Maybe after the trap is set up, you'll still be the one to be fired because you're the snitch as opposed to just going along with it. I mean, I don't know. It's happened before. Men work jobs, women work jobs. They do such a damn good job, that, the bigger bosses just turn their backs to the sexual harassment. And maybe because she's a woman and it's probably more difficult for a man to prove sexual harassment, they just let it slide. See, you don't know. I mean, you've only been in this job for 2 months. If you quit now, then it'll be on your record that you're not stable. You fly from one job to the other. Nobody likes an unstable worker. And if you neglect to put it on, then all it is 2 more months of unemployment. I mean, 2 months into a job, this can be like disappeared. You don't even have to put it on your resume. So you have to decide what you're going to do. I mean, if you've only been working the job for 2 months, you don't even have to include this job on your resume. So it's like it never happened. Then nobody will ever know. What should you do? I gave you options. I'm sure you have some of your own. I wish you well. Okay. So I was speaking in our last segment of Advice Hour about an article that I have put together by a group of rapists and date rapists in prison. They were interviewed on what they look for in potential victims, and the weather's getting warmer. Everybody's taking off their clothes more, and I was sharing. So there are 16 points on this list, and I've already done 7 of them. Actually, I'll pick up where the 7th one was. Only 2% of rapists, according to a recent study, carry weapons because a rape carries a 3 to 5 year sentence, whereas A rape with a weapon carries a 15 to 20. Now, here's another one. If you put up any kind of fight at all, they get discouraged because it only takes a minute or two for them to realize that going after you just isn't worth it. So fight, fight, fight! The Pat O'Brien tapes are crazy, everybody. I can't even give my sources, but I just want you to know that this is not just a Wendy Williams exclusive. I think we've scooped Hard Copy and Entertainment Tonight because they don't come on until later on tonight, and we're on now. And definitely you won't hear this on any radio shows. And definitely the UPN 9 News. Somebody call all the news channels and tell them they might want to run tape on our shows so that they have the audio for tonight for their newscast, because this is newsworthy. Because Pat O'Brien says that he checked into rehab. However, the rest of the story is out. And it's going to unfold right here on The Experience in just a few moments. But let me get back to this. Right now, they're in the other room. They had to download from the computer the audio. And somebody just walked in the room and passed me a note saying the Pat O'Brien, what does it say? Tapes are crazy. So I can't wait to hear them myself. I don't like to hear anything without you. I like to be as surprised as you. Anyway, let's get back to this. Fight, girls. Fight. Fight. They will see that you're not even worth it. Fight. Here's another one. These men said that they would not pick on a woman who has an umbrella or a similar object that can be used from a distance in their hands. However, ladies, you know how we've been taught you prop your keys up in your fingers and jab them in the eyes? Guess what the guys are saying who do the raping? Keys are not a deterrent because you have to get really close to the attacker to use them. So the idea is to convince this guy that you're not worth it. And the way you do that is not with keys in your hand, but with an umbrella or, something like that. Here's number 10. Self-defense mechanisms are the following. If someone is following behind you girls in the street or into a garage or with you in an elevator or a stairwell, look them in the face and ask them a question like, what time is it? Or make general small talk. I can't believe it's so cold out here. Or what bad weather we're having. Now that you've seen their face and they know that you can identify them in a lineup, you lose your appeal to them. See, that's going to be hard for me to do because I don't talk to no one. I'll look you in your eye and I'll squint. Of course, not as hard as I used to thanks to the Botox. But I'll try. I'll look you in your eyes and I'll squint. I might even turn my mouth, but I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to ask you what time it is. And I'm damn sure not going to make some light, fluffy talk. Because men, you give them an inch, they take a mile. Sure is cold. Yeah, is that why your headlights are beaming? Or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Boy, it's a bright, sunny day. Yeah, and your smile's making it even better. Shut the hell up. Damn, there's more on this list. We'll talk. Pat O'Brien and more coming up.
I have a girl, right, for 10 years. Like half of it, I've been in jail like 5 years. I come home recently, right? And I come to find out now she's dealing with women. I don't have no problem with that, you know what I mean?
As long as you can be in on it.
Yeah.
The Wendy Williams Experience.